G'day folks, Ben from Snowy's. This is the Companion 100 litre dual zone fridge freezer. This is a big volume fridge with two different compartments that you can use as a fridge and a freezer, or completely as a fridge, completely as a freezer, so you can take your ice cream and keep your drinks cold too. Now this guy weighs in at about 31 kilos. Dimensions are about 91 centimeters in length, and that includes the handles on the end here. About 56 centimeters in depth, which includes the latch and the hinges at the back here, and about 53 centimeters in height to the very top. It's made on the outside of a steel, all this grey componentry here is a steel panel. There are plastic sides on the lids and around the top here, and also in the bottom corners there's little plastic bumpers as well, just for feet. Metal components, so the latches here and also the hinge, which we'll show you shortly. At the back here, on the inside is metal, but there's a plastic cover over the top of it at the back here. And the inside lining, which you'll see shortly, is an aluminium lining. Having a look around the outside, these ends, we've got spring-loaded handles. Now you have to use these if you're going to tie the fridge down inside anywhere, and it's got a little plastic cover over it, so it makes it a bit more comfortable to carry. See if I can flick it around so you can see the back here. Nothing much to see there. Bit of a vent in the bottom corner there for the compressor to breathe, and then 4 hinges across the back here because there's 2 lids on the top, which we'll show you shortly. The front, we've got the 2 latches at the top, 1 for each lid, and a control panel in the bottom corner here, which we're going to go into shortly, because on this side here, if we just come around, we've got another handle, the panel here, which is hiding the LG dual speed compressor inside. Now that's not a compressor that you may have heard of as much in a lot of portable fridges such as Seacop or the Sawa Fujimoto, but it is a reputable brand. And it is used in a lot of sort of affordable fridges, so I think we're going to see reliability for the price on this fridge here, and it is priced really well. It's about 2.3 amps average draw. That's when it's set to about 5 degrees. Obviously that's going to change depending on how you use the fridge, whether it's fridge or freezer, and also the ambient temperatures on the outside. Now you do get some different cables to power this. You also get an instruction manual, which is worth reading through, because that's going to show you a lot of the extra things that I won't run into detail today, like battery cutout voltages and a lot of different settings that are just a bit much for this video, so check that out. You get a 12 volt cable, so you can run it from your vehicle. That plugs into the same port as both the 12 240 volt, 24 volt here, sorry. That's the same port that you use for the 240 volt adapter that I'm going to show you shortly, and the end of this can change from a cigarette plug to a merit plug too, so you can run it from your vehicle or from a portable battery pack. And then you get this transformer here, which you can plug into 240 volts, so this plugs into here, and this is what I'm going to run it off of today to show you. We plug this into the port here, and I'm going to plug the other ends into my extension cable here, and we'll hear the unit beep, and the control panel on the front will light up. Control panel is located in the bottom right hand corner of the fridge here. If it was up over the back, it could be hard to reach if it's in the back of a car, but this makes it nice and accessible. Also, if it's on the floor and in a caravan, you can easily access the control panel. There's a few things going on here. So starting with the little battery symbol at the top here, that's showing full charge. Now we've got 240 volt power that we're powering in here, so that's showing that we've got at least 12.5 volts at the power source going into the fridge. If that was down to sort of 1 or 2 or down to 1 bar on this, it's indicating that the power going into the fridge is down to well below 10 volts. So if you're powering it from a portable battery pack, that's a loose indicator of how much power is left in your battery. If we move around, we've got left and right compartment temperatures. Now it's only the L box or left box that's lit up here. If you look hard, there is actually an R box light there, but there's a few other features on here that obviously aren't active on this particular fridge. We've got left box temperature on the top there, right box in the middle there, and then below that we've got the battery protection indicator. So at the moment that's on high. If we press the battery protection button here, this will flick to low, medium, back up to high again, so we can scroll through what battery protection level we want it, and your user manual tells you what levels they are so that you can protect the battery from going really flat. Below that again is compressor speed. At the moment that's on max. If we press this here, that flicks between max and eco. Recommend using max if you've got it on 240 volts to bring the temperature down quickly, and then flick it across to eco so you're getting the maximum battery life. And then over above these two buttons here are the actual temperature controls. So this is L box and R box, so left box and right box. So the left compartment here, if I want to change the temperature at the moment, it's at 21 degrees. If I press that, it flashes. That's showing it's set to -6 degrees. So I'm going to set that as, well, actually I'm going to leave that as my freezer. That's the smaller compartment. So I might go -10, or you can actually go right down to -18. Or -20, there you go, -20 is the coldest setting. So -18, I'm going to set that one to. It's going to flash and then go back to the actual temperature inside the box. And then the right box, which is this one here, is these buttons. I'm going to make that as a fridge. So we'll put that up to say 5 degrees. There you go, 5 degrees. It'll flash and then go back to the actual temperature inside the box. And we'll see that come down as the compressor runs. Now, being a large volume fridge, you might not find you need to use the whole thing all the time, but you can actually turn one or the other compartment off. So just say in this instance, I just want to use the smaller left-hand side of the fridge and I want to turn the right-hand side off. So if I hold down on the plus and minus here, we'll see that this temperature will go off. So while it's on, we hold down on the plus and minus, that's now switched the right-hand side of the box off. So it's just the left-hand side that's operating now. If I have to have one side on, so if I wanted to then switch that back to the right hand box, I can either hold down on that to turn the right box back on and then turn the left box off, or if I just turn the left box off, this will flick over to right box. The right box here will light up and the temperature inside. So I'll do that now. Hold down on these for about 5 seconds. This will turn off. It's now flicked across to R box, so the right box is the only one that's on, which is a larger compartment, and that's the temperature inside. If I want to turn the left box back on again, hold down on that and flicks back on. So basically hold down on both of those until they flick off if you just want to use one compartment. And let's jump up and have a look inside the fridge here. So 2 latches to open 2 independent doors here. So small compartment on the left, large on the right. Looking at the lids firstly, we can see at the base here, we've got those metal hinges here, which kind of give a bit of an assisted close. These sit up by themselves or sort of, they don't slam shut, so it just opens by itself, the last portion of that there. And each of these lids has got a nice thick seal that runs around the top here, and that seats in against the lip here to make sure the cold air stays secure inside the fridge. Now 2 compartments, they don't give an independent volume for each department here, so I can't give you a literage for each of these independently, but it's 100 litres total. Depth-wise, both of these compartments are about 39 centimetres from edge to edge here. Height-wise, at the deepest point, we've got about 40 centimetres from the top to the bottom here, and that's the same in this compartment here, 40 centimetres from here to here. And then we've got this shelf here that sits up over the top of the compressor, and that's about 22 centimetres from this point here to this point here. And each compartment, the length, about 43 centimetres from edge to edge, and this guy here, about 26 centimetres. So 2 different volumes, so you can sort of work out if you want to have more freezer stuff, wind the volume down on this side and use that as a fridge, or probably what most people would use is this as a freezer, where you can just store a few frozen items and then move them over to a fridge section here where you're keeping your milk and stuff nice and cool. Features inside the fridge, each side has got its own LED light, one on this side here, and at the other end an LED light here, and underneath the LED light in each one there is a little panel here. It's a vented panel, plastic panel, and if we have a look in the large compartment here as well, just on the bottom of the shelf here, same thing. Inside those are the temperature sensors, so each compartment has got its individual temperature sensor. Now these baskets do come out, you can see they sit out from the edge a bit, so those dimensions that I gave you before, you need to just allow a little bit of extra space in from that for the basket, but these come out. It's just a single basket that's shaped to fit over that shelf there. The same on the other side here, 2 baskets that sit inside, and that's just going to protect the aluminium lining inside there from being damaged, but it does eat into your storage space a little bit. And despite those baskets eating up in your internal space a little bit, there is still heaps of room for upright bottles. So I've got just your standard 1.25 soft drink bottle here, and also a champagne bottle. They fit in there nice and easily. So you're going to be able to fit milk bottles, juice bottles, champagne, wine, whatever you like, even Riesling bottles inside there without any problems at all. That is the features of the 100 litre dual zone companion fridge freezer. Accessories that you can get with it, there's no nutserts on the bottom, so you can't sort of permanently install it. It is designed to go inside a caravan or inside a vehicle, not in a weather exposed location like on a boat or the back of a ute. And when you do put it in the vehicles, you are going to have to rely on these handles here, which are riveted in. They're nice and secure to secure it down in the back of your vehicle. Just some rope or some straps on that guy there. And it does have, you can get, a cover. This is the cover here. It's an optional accessory. This is going to offer a little bit more efficiency for the fridge, offer a little bit more insulation around the edge here to keep the heat off. Silver lined inside. It's also going to offer protection to the outside of the fridge from it being damaged. This has got vents around where the compressor is so it can still breathe. Clear panel here so you can still use the control panel to the fridge, and a couple of storage pockets on there. So that's an addition that you can get for your fridge. Regarding fridge slides too, there's no readily available fridge slide that you can get, so you would have to kind of retrofit that to another fridge slide and just strap it down with those straps. But that is all the features of the Companion Dual Zone 100 litre fridge freezer. You can check these out online at snowies.com.au, where you'll find them at our lowest prices every day. If you've got any questions though, please let us know down in the comments below. Subscribe to our channel for all of our latest information, or check out some other Companion products like this one down here.